Good morning. My name is Jim Bender, the proud owner of ZK Development Solutions. I am so glad that you decided to take 10 minutes out of your busy day to come to my session, Consulting. That's the gig for me. In it, I'm going to share some of my lessons learned from being in the independent contractor business. So let's get started with the slides. Oops. Now, there we go. Consulting. That's the business for me. So I have been in federal contracting for about 20 years. And in 2013, I decided to start up my own consulting practice because people were asking me to help them with their business development. In 2016, I decided to go full time with it. So, you'll run into a lot of people who are business owners who will tell you the story of, I used to work for a big company and I always dreamed of the day when I could quit this job and start my own business and be my own boss. I really want to be my own boss. You know what? That was never me. I loved being an employee. I loved working in a big company and all that comes along with it. But some stuff happened in my life that made the consulting route the logical route. So as I said, I've been doing this full time for about 4 years. I'm going to share with you not like the process, the forms, the people you need to talk to stuff, not the legal aspects. I'm going to talk to you about the big picture strategic aspects of starting a company and also the emotional aspects of how you keep yourself sane while going through everything you need to do in starting up a company. My company is mostly me. It's probably about 85% of my revenue ends up getting paid to me pre-tax. I have a couple of 1099s that work for me and do the 15% of the rest of my business. So my presentation today is going to be 3 slides: starting, slogging, and scaling. Let's get started. Starting. Nothing can be more important to the success of your company than knowing your niche, knowing what you do, what you can do that other people don't do as well as you do or can't do as well as you do. Knowing who your customers are and how you deliver value to them. So when you're starting up your company, you got to spend a lot of time thinking about your niche, talking to people who do similar things to what you do, going to conferences, talking to potential customers to figure out what their problem is and their problems are and figure out how you can solve them. And right, this is what we do in the proposal world, right? We figure out what client problems are and how our solution could solve them. Well, you're just doing the same thing again, but it's about your own personal services or about your own company. Because you know your niche and you need to have a plan for developing your business. And this is not just a plan for how you're going to deliver the services, but how you're going to get customers. How are you going to get yourself visible in the marketplace? Who are your customers? Where do they go? How can you meet them there? And how you go. The critical thing I found in the first 4 years of my business is to really work on visibility, because visibility is everything. You can have a great offering, but if nobody knows about it, you have no business. So this is to say that it's not going to happen quickly, and certainly not as quickly as you'd like it to. So you need to be ready to keep your day job. The first 2 years I was doing this full time, I had one customer that accounted for between 60 and 80% of my revenue. And most of the work that I was doing for them was not really what I wanted to do in my business, but it kept me afloat. While you have your day job, You need to keep pushing on your plan to build up your business. And if you talk to any business owner in consulting or anything else, they will talk about the day they took the plunge and quit their day job because they knew their business could support them. Be ready for that, but don't make the jump too soon. Slogging. So the next phase you're going to go through is executing the plan. And the plan is just not going to go the way you planned. That doesn't mean the plan is wrong. It's just taking longer than you wanted it to take. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have disappointments. You're going to have times where you wish you had that steady every other week paycheck because this month you got no clients and no money and you're worried about that. And you're thinking, why did I get into this in the first place? Don't give up until you're sure the plan is wrong. If you're just having a bad month, stick to the plan. Make adjustments, absolutely. Have a good feedback mechanism to make sure you understand what your customer is getting value out of and what they aren't, and tweak your offering. But don't start all over. Don't underestimate the amount of time it takes to build up relationships and to build up a reputation and to make your offering clear and to articulate it well. That takes time. And don't give up on it, because then you're just going to have to go back to day one with a new plan and execute it all over again, and you're going to run through the slogging again. So you need to be patient with your plan. This year, I would say, is the first year, my year 4, where I've hit I've hit my stride, where I am full-time on my consulting business and I'm really busy and I have plenty of customers, and I'm even thinking about turning some away. When you reach this phase in your business, you got to think about how you're going to scale. You're going to think about new systems to deal with all the business you've got. You're going to think about how you can delegate. How can you make strategic partnerships with other service providers that do the same thing as you or similar things so that you can parcel out work when you get really busy? How can you find people more junior to you? Think college graduates. I have a friend of mine who makes great use of recent graduates to do some of the more routine parts of her business. You need to think about outsourcing some of the administrative stuff in your company: bookkeeping, advertising, marketing, billing, because those are not the things you got into business for. When you're small and you don't have the money to pay somebody else to do it, then you got to do it for yourself. But as you scale, you got to figure out how to just focus on the things that you have to do. Getting bigger means change. I need to establish customer intake systems, customer exit systems, feedback systems, billing systems, especially as you bring on new people and you need to communicate what's important about the company and how you want to do business and how you want them to do business. All of this takes more effort than when it's just you. And you need to get to the point where you could trust your work to other people and figure out how you're going to verify that that trust is warranted. Nothing can be more important than knowing your customer and staying in touch with your customer and making sure you're meeting all their needs. One thing I'm focusing on this year is a system for going back to customers that I had 6 months ago to see how my interaction with them changed their business direction and how I can do things better. So that's what I got for you today. I would love to hear from you. I think we're going to have a chat if it's the live chat time, but you can also email me at this address or give me a call with your questions about how to start up your business. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best.